been about a month since the last garden tour. My bad. It's spring. We're hatching a lot. We're harvesting a lot. We're canning a lot. So there's not a whole bunch of time for videos. We've been getting a lot of work done. But I figured today I'd update you in the garden. You can see the good, the bad, the ugly, because there's definitely all of that going on right now. It's almost time for us to pull out some plants and restart new ones. So I'll walk you around, show you what's going on, what we're doing about it, and you'll get to see what we've been doing for the last month since the last garden tour. Alright. So the flower garden area is doing amazing. Sunflowers are blooming. It's windy today, of course. I decided to make a video, so you know, every time. Lots of stuff. Zinnias, cosmos, sunflowers. Let's see, where's the lupine? Oh, right here. Sunrise lupine. This seems to be everybody's favorite. Marigolds. The herb garden. It took off. Patio tomatoes. Those actually did much better than I thought that they would, and they make a lot of tomatoes. But next year, when we grow those, we'll definitely cage them, because I didn't realize they'd end up being so heavy. You'll see lots of weeds as we go through everything. It's too hard to keep up with the weeds during the summer, but it'll be fine. Everything's still growing. You can see the dill has started to try to go to seed from the heat. I've been trying to break those off as fast as I can, but sometimes it gets ahead of you. The thornless blackberries are making a lot of blackberries, surprisingly. I didn't know they'd do that well this year, but they are. They have several new canes started growing. Over here are the peppers and the cucumbers. You can see the cucumbers are kind of taking over. When those are done, we'll cut them all back, and then we'll go ahead and we'll help out these peppers. Let's see. I don't know if you can see it with the sun. Lots of jalapenos, lots of banana peppers growing. We've harvested about 200 pounds of vegetables so far. Our little grapevines are doing well. This patch of peppers has been struggling, but they're starting to come back. As you can see right here, they struggled. They got some new growth coming in that's real pretty. We just keep putting fish fertilizer and they'll be all right. And you can see the weeds. Bell pepper plants. Cucumbers have gotten really heavy, so we need to go ahead and pop this trellis back up. I'll do that today. I'm off today, so I have time for it. Strawberry beds doing well. That's my plan for today, is mostly maintenance. I do landscaping, so spring is also the busy time there. We have lots of new runners forming on these strawberry plants. Is one of the big reasons that I wanted to move them into a bed, because this will all be full by next year. As you can see, the pepper plants are doing great. This is almost a tree. Most of these are overwintered from last year. We cut them back and then just went ahead and fertilized them in spring, and they came back big and bushy. This is the Armageddon pepper. This is actually one we got from the nursery this year. We had got 2 of them. Lots of those are ripening. These are our Tabasco peppers. This is another overwintered one. These will get really, really big. Parsley and basil. We have. This is the greenhouse area, but I took the greenhouse cover off because it's too hot to use it right now. So right now it's just a flower bed. I have some more peppers right here. Cayenne. And then in the green stalk, I went ahead and put all the excess pepper plants. And then we have the tomato bed. You can see we have some flowers in there. We have harvested tons of tomatoes already. there is a lot of bug damage. There's caterpillars, stink bugs, all kind of things going on. So what's going to happen is we purchased some diatomaceous earth. You can see that guy that just flew off. Since we do everything organically, tonight, once all the good pollinators are gone, there you can see. Those are the bad bugs. We don't want those. And you can see some caterpillar damage here. We got diatomaceous earth, and tonight, once all the pollinators are sleeping, we'll go ahead and we'll dust these plants because they seem to be having the hardest time. What I also did is I went ahead and I cut some of these branches, and they are in water right now. We're going to go ahead and root those so that when we have to pull these out, we can go ahead and put some new plants in without having to start from seed. It's going to be a big garden day for me. Right here, bugs. You can see this cattle panel. This is the Musta Province squash. There's some nice big ones. We went ahead and we bagged them up in these vegetable bags. They are tied to the trellises to help support the weight, but it keeps them off the ground. It's something you just have to keep track of and watch that they don't get too heavy. That way they won't break off your vines. But this will keep them, even if they do get too heavy, they'll stay attached to the vine and not fall to the ground. Alright, so spaghetti squash. The squash themselves are looking fine. The vines not so well. There's a good chance that it's squash vine borers. Sometimes you can treat them with BT if you inject it straight into your plant. I haven't done that. I'm just going to go ahead and let these guys dry. And what you're doing is you're going to leave it on your vine. You're going to wait for your vine to die back. And then you can go ahead and pull them. And as you can see, these are also tied up in bags. This is the cherry tomato forest. It's wild. We have picked hundreds upon hundreds of cherry tomatoes already. And they still have plenty more to go. Knock on wood, these have not had as many bug issues as the larger tomatoes. But we're going to go ahead and treat them also because obviously the bugs are hanging out here. And everything we treat with is organic. And I mean, organic only works so well. But you can see if I can get close without scaring them off. We have a bee hanging around pollinating flowers, and this is why we will not be treating during the day. I'd rather have the bees safe than worry about the other bugs. I can replant. Squash. We have harvested tons of squash. You can see there's a lot of dieback. But what's going to happen today is I'm going to clean out all this middle dieback, and I plant new squash seeds because they don't take very long at all to regrow. And since it's Louisiana, we can grow all year long. Something else you'll notice about squash though is even when it's dying back, it's producing new growth. So what will happen is all this new growth is going to stay. It's going to produce some more squash, and then we'll have new plants. These are the potato cucumbers. They have some powdery mildew. That's okay. These are patty pan squash. They are actually in much better shape than the crook neck and the straight neck and the zucchini. They do have some dieback, but you can see they have a lot of new growth going on, so we're gonna let them go. You can see a lot of squash in here. We actually have to pick today. We're behind on that. Our eggplants are looking well. They're actually pretty full, as you can see. So we'll start picking those any day now. We have another cucumber plant hiding here. We really have to pick tonight. We spent like 2 days not picking, so there's a lot of stuff that's kind of overgrown. All right, bean bed. Green beans will do about 3 flushes of good beans and then they're done. So some of these are ready to come out. So what I'll do today is I'll weed, pull them out, and I'll put some new seeds in the ground. Right here we have some lima beans. These are just Jackson Wonder Bush lima beans. They're just starting to get going. These are the Greasy Grits beans. We harvested a lot, but what we're doing now is I'm gonna let these dry up, and then I'll be harvesting seeds from these guys to replant. They're almost dry and ready to go. These beans are done, so these are all gonna come out and we'll replant those new. Same thing here, more Jackson Wonder lima beans and Greasy Grits beans, different green beans. These are our Miss Toots lima beans. They're a pole lima bean. And as you can see, they are full. So we are pretty excited about that. We'll be eating some and saving seed. They've really taken over this trellis nicely. Our other trellises are not as full, but they'll get there. And then, I didn't show you this one. These are Asian wing beans. They take a little bit longer to come up. They take a little bit longer to grow. They like it hot. So it's getting to the point of the year that those will take off. They'll cover this trellis. We'll have some beautiful beans. They're also delicious. You can see our sprayer right here. We tried some neem oil. It helped a little bit, but those bugs are savages, unfortunately. So that was just a quick little update on what's been going on here. I'd love to get more videos to you, but like I said, it's spring and it is busy. So hopefully you'll come back soon, because hopefully I'll make a new video much sooner. I really need to do one showing you all our chicks, because we have a lot right now. Quails, pheasants, chicken chicks, turkey poults, all of it. And our breeding pens are almost finished, and once those are done, we want to go ahead and give you a tour of those because they are beautiful. Alright guys, I hope y'all have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was quick, but that's what's going on in the garden. I have a lot of work to do, so I'm going to get going. Y'all have a great day. Bye.